Hello there, Libra. It's so good to see you again. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today I am doing a special reading. This is asking Spirit, what is your soul's purpose? So trying to come in, gaining more clarity in what your soul's purpose is and how that might be playing out in your life at this time. What lessons you're working on, and your gifts and talents, and how to share them, better share them with the world. So we're going to get into this. If you are resonating with the message, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider like, commenting, or subscribing. I will have to say, Libra, these readings have been intense. So anyway, please be gentle and kind with yourself. Especially, we're still in the shadows of the lunar eclipse and the full moon in Scorpio. So there are a lot of emotions coming up. So gaining insight and yet at the same time being compassionate with yourself. Dog spirit, be loyal to what you love. Really interesting energy, especially since I was called to ask you to be compassionate with yourself. Interesting that, to be loyal to what you love, be loyal to you, love you. Those are the words that are coming to me. Understanding that you are your own best friend. Maggie is my best friend, but it's about being your own best friend. So being loyal to you and to what it is that you love. Really interesting energy that you have there. So let's see what your soul's answering the call. This is so interesting because I saw this when I was shuffling. Answering the call, the time is now. The time is now to be loyal to what it is that you love. Love about yourself, love the people that you love, the career that you love, following your heart, and truly, being loyal to it. It's almost a sense of you've been resisting it. There could be some sense of an underlying of not feeling worthy of having this person, this situation, this career, whatever it is in your life. You may not feel like you're worthy of it, but Spirit is saying, no, that's not true, Libra. You can bring in whatever it is that you truly love. Not trying to manifest things in order to kind of prove your worth. Interesting. Instead, attract what it is that you truly love, that you truly want to have in your life. A fiery climax approaches. Full moon in Aries. Could be dealing with an Aries, but yeah, this is an energy. I feel like somebody's giving you a call. Somebody's calling you, or you're calling somebody. There is some communication, and it's going to be somewhat of a heated conversation. But it is actually going to help clear the air in a certain situation so that you can step into being loyal to who and what you love. It's almost as if I'm hearing dogfight. Like you're ready to be in a dogfight. Fighting for what it is that you want. I think that's what they call it too, like in like World War I or World War II, when they had the planes and, the pilots would, from opposing countries, would, the planes would be, kind of having combat up in the air. And I'm getting a sense that you may be in for a dogfight, but it's because you are stepping into an empowered energy of being willing to fight for what you want. Wow, really nice, I'll have to say. Okay, so let's take a look at what your soul's purpose is, and then the obstacle on your path at this time in stepping into that energy. So what do we have here? Oh my goodness, breathe. Okay, not to bring this up again, but Gemini had this same energy. A sense of, this is a little bit different than Gemini's. There is a sense here of, I feel like you may be standing up to fight for a community or a family situation, stepping into your power. We're going to take a look at your light and shadow attributes, your gift and your talent here. But I feel like you're getting ready to fight for something that you want. Very much so for, I really get a sense of family. So if you're single, like getting into the dogfight, if you will, of stepping into an energy of, yes, I'm going to start, taking action, because we have yang here. Not taking action is your obstacle at this time, but stepping into an energy of taking the action that you need to in order to bring this family back together. If it's a healing of a family or creating a family for yourself, creating a soul tribe, bringing something back together. No longer wanting to sit back and just relax, understanding that this situation, whatever this is a true sense of, treasure, something that you truly treasure and that you really want. I feel like whatever this situation is, left your life for whatever reason, and now you're willing to go and fight for it to get this energy or this situation or this relationship back in your life. Doing what you have to do. Chop wood is about doing those things on a daily basis in order to bring this back into life, in order to mend some situations so that it can go the distance. Yeah, I feel as if there's truly a sense that something has left your life that you now realize that you should have fought for. I feel like you didn't fight for it before. Like this person, this situation left your life, and you never even maybe stood up and said it something at the time. It could even be, money, some money that, you lost, or somebody kind of, maneuvered their way into taking it from you, something like that. And it's kind of like, no, I'm almost like a fighting for justice. And I know you're the justice card, but there's almost this, no, this is the time. I've got to go get this right. I feel like, there is something about calling somebody, getting a call, having some type of a message, and just saying, whoa, wait a minute. This situation is not what I want it to be, and I'm willing to fight for it. I really feel like you just, you are a piece. You like everything in harmony and everything. I think somebody may have taken advantage of you or left your life or something, and you just didn't fight for it at the time. Maybe you didn't have the energy at the time, but now you have not taken action. I feel like somebody is waiting for you to take action. And now you are getting into this energy. So let's see how this is playing out, because I feel as if, part of this is, I feel like you may not have truly committed to whatever this is, whatever this community is. You may not have truly committed to this, because this is part of your soul's purpose, is learning to commit to things that are really important to you, of willing to get into the dogfight. Because Libra, you really do like to have a lot of peace and harmony in your life, but understanding that at times, at times if it doesn't really matter, you can let things slide. But when it does matter, that you communicate that it does matter, that you take the action you need to, in order to show your commitment to people, situations that are really important to you, and fighting for them. Wow. Good for you, Libra. Okay, so this is a little bit of the tricky part, okay? Really interesting things coming out. So we're going to take a look at your light attributes. This is where your gifts and talents lie. This is, something that you're really good at that helps you to bring people together. I feel like that is your soul's purpose, helping to bring people together that are important to you. So that is your light attribute. Then we're going to look at your shadow attribute. Now, sometimes looking at our shadow can be difficult, but we have to realize that the shadow attribute is there because of some pain, some inner child wounding that we have had either in this lifetime or in our previous lifetime. So, not to feel like, oh, the shadow part is, my bad part, right? It's really because you're working on healing that wound. So not to take it like personally, Libra. All right, so let's take a look at what we have here. All right, we have hero, heroine. Okay, so this is really nice energy. The light, this is your overall. The light attribute, passion for a journey of personal empowerment. And the shadow attribute, escapism. Or a false sense of heroism. So this really is kind of like your what are you loyal to? And understanding that you are being asked, part of your purpose is being asked to empower yourself, to step into your power, to fight for those things that you feel are just, whether this is a family situation or, a world situation, something that you feel isn't just and right. And coming into that energy of fighting for what you think is right, to being a hero, not pretending to be a hero. We've all met people, or we've all had this situation where we can sometimes overplay or over exaggerate how great we have been in a certain situation, right? So that's the shadow kind of, is to really and truly take action on those things that are important to you instead of pretending something isn't important or overplaying, your part in trying to take action on something when you really didn't. So really interesting energy. So your gift or your talent is child, magical. Seeing the potential for sacred beauty in all things, the belief that everything is possible. Libra, you are a lover of love and beautiful things. So this, I'm not surprised to see this, right? The belief that everything is possible. Stepping into a sense of the world is magical, having that childlike ability to, stay young, to attract, to have beautiful things in your life. To be loyal to, the arts, or whatever it is that you are trying to create in this world. Seeing the potential. Your gift is seeing the potential in things that maybe other people don't see the potential in. And that could be people, could be coworkers, it could be family members. It could be even like they're showing me like a really like run down old house, but you see the potential of what it could be if it was renovated or cleaned up or, decorated. You see the potential. You see how something that maybe isn't quite that beautiful or that wonderful, that it can grow into something that is beautiful and wonderful. That's a lovely, lovely attribute to have. Okay, so your shadow side is servant, using the lack of money as an excuse to not move forward with life. So there also, you may have this, kind of underlying that, other people need to do the work for you, not wanting to take action to doing the work. Of trying to fight for what you love, instead kind of like taking a back seat to that. So this is your shadow side. Money could be very important to you, or using the lack of money as an excuse to not do something. You may want to, there's a sense of like wanting to hold on to your money, not sharing, not being a little bit not generous. You may not be taking action on something because then you're afraid that people are going to want your money, that maybe people only want to be in your life because you do have money. Really interesting energy there. Something about being fearful of taking action, and having it to do with money. Now, money is also tied to our sense of self-worth. Maybe feeling like you're not worthy of a certain person, situation, relationship, belief system. Maybe you feel like you're not worthy to have money. So, really interesting. So let's go to the tarot and see what you have, how this is playing out in your life at this time. You're definitely being called to take action on something, Libra. This is, Knight of Wands. I'm going to put that to the side. Knight of Wands, taking action. What are you taking action on? You know what? I'm actually going to clarify this Knight of Wands. What are you being asked to take action on? Oh my gosh. Page of Wands. Taking action. You're being asked to take action on a soulmate. Somebody that's really important to you. Somebody that's that you can create a life that you really love. I feel like you may be awakening to the idea that this person, I feel like for some of you, this could be somebody from the past that left your life, because I had that energy at the beginning that something has left your life, trying to get it back. This is at your heart. You are missing very much this person or this relationship, this group of people, this family dynamic. I think you may have felt like you wouldn't, that you didn't truly want to commit for some reason, or it wasn't worth committing to. It wasn't what you really wanted. I think you did want it, but you weren't really willing to fight for it. You may have felt like, well, you may have been trying to put it into their hands. If they really wanted it, right, they would come and they would fight for it. And what you're understanding now is it's not, we can't rely on other people to take the actions that we are being called. You are being called. I feel like you are calling somebody. You may get a call, but I feel like you are being asked to call somebody and tell them, listen, you're the love of my life. You are everything that I want. This is not going to resonate for everybody, but Libra, this is an intense, it could be that maybe you kind of left your family or something like that. It's wanting to be back into a family or community situation. It could be a job that you left, and now you're realizing, wow, I really miss those people. I miss that work. I want to go back. This is about taking action, moving in, lots of action. Yeah, seeing clearly now after maybe a lot of sleepless nights about, wow, how do I get this person back? Two of Cups showing up. We have the Lovers, Gemini energy. Doesn't have to be Gemini, but once again, Gemini had this same card in the same position. They are seeking, okay? It's a little different. They are seeking their true soulmate. That was part of their purpose. I feel like you kind of know what your true soulmate is. It could be a twin flame connection. And if you don't know who this person is, I feel like you are now taking action. You may have spent a lot of time working on your career, feeling like, oh, I don't have enough money, so I can't I can't commit to a relationship until I have enough money or something like that. And now you're kind of like, whoa, wait a minute. I have to go after what my heart wants. Really interesting energy. Three of Cups on the bottom, wanting to celebrate with, I feel like a group of people. I feel like it's almost a sense of willing to fight for this, to get back into this group or this family dynamic or work situation. So let's go to, oh my gosh. Wow. Judgment. Yeah, I feel like this is somebody from the past. Recognizing now that, I feel like this person, you may have gone your separate ways. There may have been some conflict. You decided to go your separate ways. I think you really felt like maybe this person was going to be the one that would get into the dogfight and fight for you. And I get a sense that maybe they were thinking the same thing for you. Like, well, Libra's got to call me up. And Libra's got to fight for this. Like both of you separated thinking the other one would fight for the other one. And nobody fought for anybody. So now you're like in the opposite corners. And I feel like they're missing you as much as you are missing them. But it's this energy of, nobody wants to call the other one and say, hey, I want you back. You are the love of my life. I have to be back with you or back with this community, however it means. You may have left a job. Say you left a job and then you were just like, well, they can't live without me. They've got to call me back, call me up and give me a raise or beg me to come back. And that didn't happen. And now it's kind of like, I feel like you were being called to take the action. There's something about, I feel like that at one time you may have, because your gift, your talent can be, veiled over for a while. I feel like you didn't know at some point that this was what you wanted in your life. You were afraid for some reason of committing to it. You may have been afraid that, you were only loved in the situation for what you could provide for these people or something, that you felt like you weren't being loved for who you are, but what you could provide for this either company or family situation or something. So let's go to the tarot. What we have here is the Chariot card, finding victory, going after what it is that you truly love. It's Cancer energy, doesn't have to be Cancer, but understanding, you can't sit there anymore, Libra. I'm getting this message. It's time to get in the car and go over to their house or go to this place of business. I know some of you are going to be screaming at the screen. Mary Sue, you got to be, but it's time. Either call them or go over there, knock on their door. Know that, okay, they may be like, what are you doing here? But you're willing to fight for this. You're willing to get into the dogfight. You've come to this realization. I feel like you're coming to a realization that this person, this situation, and you're probably sitting there resisting it, saying, no, I don't want them back. I don't want that situation back. But there is a sense that you are not going to move on into the next chapter of your life, because I see these cards. Move on to the next chapter of your life until you go after this, whether you win the dogfight or not, whether you win this person back, the situation back or not. There is something in your soul's purpose of understanding that this was worth at least attempting a dogfight, of bringing this back together. When you bring this back together, you are healing your shadow, you cannot move forward in your life until, it says that right on there. You cannot move forward in your life until you heal this situation, until you show up, until you say, This is something that is dear to my heart. And it does, I'm telling you, Libra, it doesn't matter if they take you back or they agree or what, that does not matter. What does matter, what is on your path, is that you at least let them know. You express your feelings to this person, this group, whatever, how much they mean to you. Because that is a big part of your soul's purpose for some reason. So there is some mending that you are being asked to be the hero of, to bring back some group. You know, this could be for some of you, this could be even like a country thing, you know, like a country or a state, you know, where there is discourse in some way. You know, I don't know. I love documentaries. I watched this documentary about, you know, the founding fathers of the United States. And it was really interesting how, you know, they were a group of men that really believed in what they called the American experience, you know. And it was, you know, really profound about how much they were willing to fight for what they truly believed. And they all had different, slightly different viewpoints of how things should look, how the government should be, you know, formed or whatever. But they all did agree that they had to agree. And that is so profound, because I feel like you are being called to be the hero, like the founding father, if you will. Gender doesn't matter, but the hero of building this new community or bringing back this community and saying, no, this matters. Whether, you know, it is, you know, a church group, a civic group, a country, you know, a business or a family. I have strong family energy here, but it doesn't. Oh my gosh, the tower, you know, something that maybe came down in, you know, a tremendous, it just fell apart almost overnight, whatever this is. And you may not even know why, you know, but nobody fought for it. Everybody was like, oh, okay. The tower came down. All right, everybody scattered to different parts of the world or the country or whatever. Okay. And I feel like you are stepping into this energy of like, no, we're coming back together. Our community, whatever that means, is too important. Yes. Oh, wow. Two of Pentacles. Not sure how to do this. I feel like you don't know how to do this. I feel like you've been toying. You've had a lot of, you know, the Five of Swords is regret, not only on your side, but I think of the other people involved. A lot of self-doubt about, can this be brought together? But yes, it can. There can be a celebration here. It's about you stepping into your power of jumping in that chariot and going over to, I feel like you have to go over to somebody's house, at least give them a call, and say, hey, we got to bring this back together. And guess what? It's going to take a lot of forgiveness. This is your obstacle, your area resistance. You may not want to express your love to these people because I feel like you have been hurt by these people, whoever these other people are. They have also been hurt by your actions. There's hurt on everybody's part. Somebody has to kiss the fish first. You know, somebody has to put out the first apology. Nobody wants to do that. It's like, no, I'm just not going to talk to all those other people. I mean, everybody in this group is saying the same thing. You're being asked to step up and be the hero and be the first one to put out an apology. I think you'll be really surprised because when you put out your apology or your peace offering or, you know, whatever this is, you know, an expression of love, of saying, hey, this is worth fighting for. We cannot let this situation, you know, this group, this community, this family die. We have got to bring this together. when you step into that energy, wow, you have the ability to bring this back together. Yeah, there's an over attachment to not wanting to be the first one. And yeah, your job here is to step into the energy of being the one, the hero. They just keep saying hero. You know, be the hero. Be the bigger one. Be the bigger one. Yeah, Six of Swords. Everybody's kind of moved on to their next part of their life or their next job or whatever it is. People have moved away from this situation. So there's what is needed here is to take another look at this, to look at it through the eyes of love and not the eyes of pain or fear or anger or resentment. Of looking at it, giving it forgiveness, giving the people in the situation forgiveness, and giving yourself forgiveness for your part in it, finding a different perspective and knowing that this is on your soul's path. You are being called. Libra, once again, the message is so clear. You are being called to take the higher road, to be the bigger person, to be the first one, to send out this expression of love, and know that you will be victorious in it. You will be able to gather these people together again so that you can all move, all get into the boat together. You see, there's a family in there. The family is in the boat together. They haven't scattered to different parts of the world or whatever. They've come back together. They're all in the boat. They're moving to the next chapter of their life. And it is going to be, look at, a brand new beginning for this group, this community, whatever this is, that's going to last a very long time. Really interesting energy there. Because look at this. The advice is allow the wheel to turn. Allow this situation to roll into the next chapter. And you are the major part of this, stepping into, giving out this forgiveness. It may just be one person that you call up or go over to their house, and then it gets the ball rolling. You know, it's being the one, being the, what do you call that? Like the spark, the first cog. They're highlighting, you know, this very first cog has a heart inside of it. You know, bringing your love to this situation gets all the other wheels. It's not like you have to do this all by yourself. All you're being asked to do is to turn your own wheel, to turn your own cog, your own gear in all of this, right? In this whole group, because everybody in the group is a different cog in the wheel, or I don't know, a gear, okay? All you're being asked to do is to send out the first sign of love, the first sign of forgiveness, the first call, the first, let me come over to your house and tell you how much I love you and want you in my life. Wow. And I know, I know, Libra, the comments are going to be, that's okay. That's okay. All right, so let's see what we have here. Yeah, you haven't, oh. Yeah, there's a lot of pain here. The hardest part in this situation is that it was such a painful ending. So it's kind of like, you're toying. Can I really bring this back together again? Yes. The Hierophant is long-term committed relationship or group or a way of thinking that out of some difficult ending, you can once again heal to bring it back together, that you can turn the cogs, the wheel, so that everybody's working together again, that the gears aren't stuck, you know, that things can move again. You're kind of like the oil to get the wheels to turn. I'm going to say, if you are waiting on somebody else, it's not going to happen. You are being called to be the one to get the gears going again in this situation. You have the strength and the courage, and you know what? I feel like you may be at some time in the past when all this situation fell apart, this group fell apart. You didn't have maybe the strength and the courage to fight for it. You kind of gave up. You know, I mean, you may have given up saying, your sense of not, of using some type of an excuse, to kind of bow out of the situation. I feel like you just bowed out, like somebody may have wanted to leave your life. You didn't fight for it. You were like, oh, you want to go away? Okay, bye. But you were really hurt. You were really hurt. I don't feel like you even acknowledged how painful that was. So when you start the wheels turning again, it's helping you to step into your strength and your courage. You cannot move on to the next part of your life until you give this a try. And once again, I think this situation is going to come back together. But even if it doesn't, it's by standing up for what it is that you truly want and saying it to the people that are involved in this situation, you suddenly become the hero that can tame, it's a little girl, tame the lion. Maybe dealing with a Leo, but you don't have to be. It's like, she has the courage and the strength to tame this situation, to play the magic, to have the child's magic, to see the potential in this situation, and to help other people to see this situation, the potential in it. The other people in this situation may be kind of like, oh, Libra, what? I mean, we're finally starting to heal from all of that chaos, whatever happened, the difficult ending. I'm finally getting my life back together. Now you want to bring this back in, and your job is to use your childlike magic of seeing the potential in this situation of when you come back together. Yeah, the belief that everything is possible. You may go over to one person's house, right? Ring their doorbell and say, "Hey, we gotta get everybody back together." And they're kind of like, "Libra, really? Leave it alone. It was painful enough the first time. Why would we go?" You're like, "No. Your job is really to just talk one person into it." I feel like the universe is then going to help bring everything else. It's like once you get that first wheel, that first gear moving, all of the other gears will suddenly start moving too. This is divinely orchestrated, but you are being called to be the hero. Yeah, Seven of Swords. There could have been somebody, there's a sense of maybe either you or somebody else or everybody just kind of ran off. Like something bad happened. Everybody just scattered. Lots of fear. Stepping into your power. Understanding that the strength comes from, understanding that the anxiety that this situation is causing you is going to stay with you. With the Four of Cups, you're kind of stuck with your life maybe not feeling rich until you at least give this a try. Coming back to, this is something that is really dear to your heart. Oh, Libra, well, I send you lots of love and hugs and that. But with the Judgment card, second chances, and remember the belief that everything is possible. So let's take a look at your Soul's Truth card, see what we have here. What do I believe about money And do my beliefs match my dreams? Which I think is really interesting because you have the servant here, right? Using the lack of money as an excuse to not move forward in life. You may have felt like you were just serving this, there was something, you were serving this group. I feel like you felt like you were the low man on the totem pole in this group when actually you're the hero. It's about moving up the totem pole, if you will, into your spotlight of being the hero. How does your relationship with money affect your current situation? Do you believe you are worthy? Do you believe you are capable? Do you trust money? Does money trust you? Money is an energy. It ebbs and flows. You are worthy of it, and it's your responsibility to heal your relationship with money as part of your waking up to the whole of you and your person and your purpose. Fill in the blank. I am grateful to money because, for some of you, it is about taking a look at your relationship with money because it is related to our worth. So, wow, you may feel a little bit like, there could be a couple of things. You may feel a need to have a lot of money because your worth is tied up. The more money I have, the more worthy I am. Or it could be the opposite. I'm not capable of having enough money, of providing for myself. But sometimes when we have a relationship with money that needs to be healed, we feel like people may be trying to take our money or use our money or only love us because of our money. So that could, I'm only bringing that up. That might not resonate with everybody, but for some of you, it may resonate with why you were willing to leave this situation before. And now by healing your relationship with money, you are also able to step into the energy of being the hero in this situation. Really interesting. Okay, this one fell out, so I'm going to read this one. Manifestation. Believe in yourself. Trust your instincts and follow your heart, for in doing so, you shall manifest all your heart desires. There you go. The life you have for so long aspired to create will soon manifest. Yeah, I think you're manifesting what it is that you really want in your life or want to bring back into your life, an eternity. Gently move your awareness from the external world to a world of light within your heart. Allow each breath to heal you as you drift to a place beyond time. Eternity exists within you, forever sparkling like a diamond. You are, in essence, a shining star, forever transforming to ever greater light. And, they were calling me back to this with the heart in that first gear, gently move your awareness from the external world to a world of light within your heart. You may have been so hurt by this situation. I feel like, you were definitely hurt in this situation. You may have felt so hurt in this situation that you're kind of like, yeah, I don't really care to go back to that. You may have had that for some time, but now you're being asked to go back into your heart and see how you really feel about this situation. And then being willing to get into the dogfight. Well, Libra, I would love to hear in the comments how this might resonate with you. I do personal readings. If you're interested, the link is in the description box below. I do really wish you lots of love and light and, compassion, forgiveness in this situation and with yourself, so that you can see how it is that you do want to move forward, because there is definitely this sense of you being tired of being stuck where you are right now, and, being called to move forward in some way. All right. Well, I'll leave it there. I do wish you so much love and light, and I hope to see you again really soon. Bye for now.